Okay, I'm standing in a small block of intensively planted peaches you see behind me. When I say intensive, I mean they're spaced at about 6-8 feet apart. Normal is double that. We have a nice burgeoning cover crop established last fall, and it's ready to turn in or chop down or knock down or deal with variously. We have a bunch of different ways that we deal with our cover crops. Some we refer to as dropping and chopping, where we just machete it down, chop it on the surface and flip it into the soil. Another variation on the thing is to drop, chop, and then just to mulch over, and that's more the norm in our perennial woody shrub and tree systems. In this instance, we're going to flirt with the concept of crimping, which is a really great way of approaching cover crops on an agricultural field scale. We're going to try to venture in a little bit and do that on a garden scale. And basically we have a mature cover crop of largely bell beans and rye, and we're going to come in here and just knock this cover crop down and still keep the plant from being severed from the roots. And then we're going to come on with a really thick 3-4 inch layer of wood chips, and essentially what we're doing is we'll be building a sheet compost on the surface of the soil that in time, and it will be quite a time, weeks, yeah, months, yeah, maybe even into next year before that material is fully broken down and leached into the soil to benefit the peach trees, both in terms of improving the physical properties, the structure of the soil, and adding nutrients. We're here about to crimp a cover crop under some peaches. I want to introduce my partner in crime, Ned here, and he's a methods man. He's going to show the way like that. Lurking in the background are a set of our environmental studies interns, and they're going to jump in and do. And our general approach to learning is I do, we do, you do. So we're about to see the I do portion of the affair here. Go.
All right, I got a 2x6 just laying around. It's fairly heavy. I'm going to try this at first, see how it does. Just moving forward, compressing. We can also practice with a hard tine rake. You grab that.
Okay, we're in process here. We've knocked down the cover crop. We're going to cover it up with chips, and then we're going to install our irrigation delivery system. This fancy talk for, hey, how are we going to water this crop? And the options, there are multiple options. Often with our perennial woody shrubs and trees, we'll use an inline drip. Sometimes we'll use T-tape. In this instance, we're going to install 1/2-inch poly tubing here and punch into the line micro sprinklers. And one thing I like about watering an area, particularly in this instance with trees which have roots that go out wide, is with T-tape or drip tape, it's spot watering. You're not thoroughly and extensively wetting the whole area, and the more you can thoroughly and extensively wet the whole area, the more roots will move out into that area, forage for water and nutrients.
We've knocked down the cover crop, and we've brought in many wheelbarrows of wood chip mulch. One indicator of the thickness of the mulch is how springy it is. And also, let's take a look at the depth over here. We can see the crimped down cover crop, and we have 3 to 4 inches of hardy, beautiful wood chip mulch. Here we are in the peaches again. We've set up our micro sprinklers with our 1/2-inch distribution line, and each micro sprinkler is plugged into the line at various locations along the way. We've placed each micro sprinkler as best we can in between the trees for adequate distribution. And we've also taken each micro sprinkler and pushed it as far as we can into the ground, so we have less of a chance of spraying our foliage and improving our ability to reduce disease.